going to push record. But technology can just be so irritating whenever, you just want to use it for certain things. You're not trying to really learn technology, you're just trying to use it. So I'll pass that information on to Jamie and to Janice. And I hope the person who calls me either figures it out or calls me back so I can know who it is.
Yeah,
I think we take for granted that everybody has caller ID, but our phone system it ain't like that. If she calls my cell phone, then well, I don't always know who calls my cell phone. If I have them saved in my phone, I would.
Right.
Anyway, thank you for letting me know your experience. That way I can try to help somebody else.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Week 12. That's hard to believe. Week 12. So we're going to go through our basic 6 and then work on our advanced 6 going both directions. So we got nice warm up. We had the little chilliness last week. And now we're just kind of on the verge of chilly, but it's been beautiful weather this week. I'm always thankful for that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's start with our warm-ups for each of our major joints, getting in that upright posture position. I've put my feet about shoulder width apart, my weight's on both legs. I'm conscious that I'm not holding tension anywhere, but especially in my shoulders, that's just where I tend to hold tension. Oh, and I'm standing up straight and I'm remembering to breathe. Remember, our breath happens at a different pace for all of us because our lungs are different. Let's start with our neck. We'll bring our hands up, palms down, towards our chin and chest. Push away from us and follow those hands all the way down. Build a little stretch in the back of our neck. Their neck exercise. We drop one hand, follow the other one as we look towards that shoulder, back to front, and switch. Thinking about the pace of our movement being very slow and the nature very smooth and continuous. So as soon as I go, feel that little stretch, I come back to the front and switch my hands. So nothing sharp about my movement. Y'all know this is the one I like to get lost on because it feels so good on my neck. That gets so stiff. Let's roll our shoulders forward, small circles. And then roll those shoulders back. Feels like a little massage you give yourself. Warming up and stretching all our major joints. We still follow Tai Chi principles even in our warm-ups. And because of that, we can still get benefits from Tai Chi just by doing these movements. So don't ever feel like you have to go through every single Tai Chi move in order to get the benefits. You can get those just right here with our warm-ups. For our spine, grab your ball and separate those hands. One pushes up, one pushes down, stretching that spine. Back to our ball and switch. Remember, we're not locking our elbow joints. Keep that nice soft bend. In terms of breath, I like to inhale as I come to my ball and exhale as I separate. Back to our ball, side to side. Remember, it's a nice short trip. The hand that's on top is the direction that we're going. We're staying within our frame. Remember, this movement is like our waving hands in clouds movement. Only our torso is moving side to side. Got that nice soft bend in our knees, and our weight is on both legs. Back to center. Now for our lower body, shifting our weight to one leg, heel forward, hands back, pause in the middle, and toe back, hands forward. Conscious that we're keeping our body upright and we're not holding tension. And we're not holding our breath. Switch to the other side, shift the weight, heel forward, hands back, pause in the middle, toe back, hands forward. We'll shift our weight side to side. We stack our hands, take those in the direction of the weight shift, stopping at our frame, tapping that toe out, bring it back, switch, shift, tap, bring it back, switch, shift, tap. Don't forget to breathe. This is the easy place to really find yourself holding your breath. And that's just from the concentration of keeping your balance in check. Because these are challenging movements as we put all of our weight on one leg and then bravely move that other leg, especially going out from our frame. That's how we make our body or our muscles stronger and then more able and less likely to fall. Next is for our knees. I have my loose fist down here by my hips. Shift, lift, tap and punch. Bring it back. And when we punch out again, we're not extending our arm. Still have that soft bend. We never lock our joints. We like to have what's called a song, S-O-N-G joint, so that energy can flow in our bodies. And that's life energy. I just did a tension check to make sure that I was not holding tension in my shoulders. And that's just something I do throughout movement, is just check my posture, check any tension, and let it go and fix it if I am doing it. So it's not so bad that you find yourself doing it. It's just to not be looking for any kind of problems. So if you hold tension, that can cause pain. And we're trying to get away from that, right? As much as possible. Now we're going to shift the weight. Small step. We're going to shift weight to the front foot as we punch the opposite arm. Remember, we're keeping both feet flat on the floor. So you don't want to bring the back heel off the floor. You want to stay grounded in your movement. You don't want to lean forward as you shift the weight forward. Keep that body upright. And that's a challenge because it really feels natural to kind of lean into the shift. But anytime you lean, you're going towards falling. And of course, that's just what we're not trying to do here. Tell you, being able to see myself on a video, looking at myself in the mirror, being able to visually see what I'm actually doing versus what I think I'm doing. I've seen discrepancies in what I think and what I see, and that helps me fix it. So I encourage you, if you can, to either watch yourself in the mirror, take your pictures of yourself, videos of yourself, and just watch and see if you can notice any times when maybe you are leaning, bringing your heels off the floor. That may put you in kind of that danger zone. All right, for our ankles, shift weight to one leg and then heel toe. I say Tai Chi gives us that gift of body awareness, but we're big time involved in that. We have to notice it, and those are just good ways to notice it visually. You know, we're not supposed to look down, because when I look down, that can guide me towards falling too. And then big toe, little toe. So we try to keep our head up and our eyes up and out. Oh, I feel some stiffness in that ankle. And this is a movement that can help relieve some of that stiffness. I don't know about y'all, but do y'all ever get up some days and think, what have I done to my body? Where did that pain come from? Sometimes you can track it down. Other times, it may be the weather, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go with our basic 6. We're going to do it without any words other than commence to get you started. I like to do it with no words for a couple reasons. Once is to experience Jing, J-I-N-G, which is that mental quietness that you don't get unless you are quiet. And then 2, it's a real test on how well do I know this without somebody telling me what to do next. So here we go from the top. Basic 6. And commence. Open, close. Oops, sorry. I think I just did 4. Open, close. So I did a real good job of staying quiet, and I did a real good job of knowing if I did 3 or 4 on waving hands and clouds. It's just, I don't know if y'all have an inner dialogue while you're doing your Tai Chi. So I've kind of talked you through your Tai Chi movement so much with the intention that that's your inner dialogue. So you're saying, you know, hands come up and down, shift right, step left, hands come in and up, shift left as those hands go out, right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Single whip, shift left, step right, adjust weight, push, turn, separate, eyes following that left hand, shift left, bring that right foot back, waving hands in clouds, step left, switch, shift and turn, step and 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 switch, shift and turn, to the middle for open and close. Single whip, shift right, step left, adjust weight, push, turn, separate, following that right hand. Shift right, bring that left foot, left hand back, waving hands in clouds. Step and switch, turn and shift. 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 Step and switch, turn and shift, to the middle for open and close, and close it out. So those are the verbs, those are the words that go along with the movements. And I kind of hope that in your head, you're talking yourself through the movement. I do. I talk myself through the movements. And that's why sometimes it comes out, because I'm just so used to talking it out that it really is hard for me to be quiet. Imagine. But anyway, those are kind of those words, and I keep this up because it was so helpful for me for waving hands in clouds, because that is kind of that first movement where two things really are happening at once. I mean, we can come up and then down, shift the weight. That is two things happening at once. But nothing, I mean, the commencement, of course, open and close has no feet. That single whip is a shift, then a step, adjust, push, turn. So up into waving hands in clouds, it's kind of like a hand movement, then a foot movement. And so that's why waving hands in clouds feels so complicated. And that's why I like these words, bracketing them together so that it can help you. So maybe you're saying those to yourself, but let me challenge myself to really do be quiet this time. And I do want you to think, do you talk to yourself? That would be interesting for me to know. And if you don't, it's fine. Don't feel like you have to. I'm just curious because it goes through my head what's going on with the movements, even though I'm not saying it out loud. Here we go. And commence. Y'all tell me, do y'all do it? Do y'all talk to yourself? You just think I'm crazy. What?
You did good.
Does that make you feel better? But I talk to myself to get me through it, and that helps me do the movements. And there may be easier things for you to say that help guide you through it. Some of my verbiage has changed over the years, which brings us to our advanced movement. And it was the change in the words were really guided by gentle resistance. So as you grow through your movements, as you really learn them and you know them without really thinking about it, then you can just start diving into the weight transfer and really feeling like, it's almost like taking all the sand out of one leg and putting all the sand into the other leg, kind of like a what are those? All I can think of, these are the days of our life. Hourglass. Thank you, Gwen. But that's kind of like taking the weight from one leg and giving the weight to the other. It's almost like that hourglass, like you're slowly removing the weight and giving it to that other leg. And once you know the movements, you can really start thinking about weight transfer in that way, that it's just that slow process of shifting weight, the empty step, the giving it that weight. Most recently, I've dove into the gentle resistance and how I can make my movements have more of that gentle resistance. And that was with our advanced 6. So used to, I would say, shift right. No, wait, that is my right foot, but I'm going to do mirror image. Shift left, right toe in, lay hands. That's what I used to say. And it's right. So if you're here coming from open and close and you lay your hands over kind of like dominoes, your right hand kind of reaches straight out or lays straight out, and your left hand comes down to protect the elbow. So it's a movement from here and your hands kind of lay down. I always thought of it as like dominoes. Boom. But when I really started thinking about gentle resistance, I thought of it as a reach. And that gave it that gentle resistance nature in the movement versus just laying the hands here to here. And you may not see the difference, but me using more muscles, I feel the difference, adding that gentle resistance in the reach. So that was one change that I made with the verbiage. Shift, right toe in and reach. Shift right, left foot back, hands separate. And so the hand movement, gosh, I'm having a hard time with left and right. My left comes down to my hip, and it's almost like I pulled my foot back with that movement. And my right hand stayed in the same position. So it's shift left, right toe in and reach. Shift right, separate, prepare. I'm preparing to step. Step left. Before I shift the weight to the left, because when I stepped, that was an empty step, so no weight got there. But now my right hand is going to come back and around and prepare. Here's this gentle resistance again. I'm going to push as I shift the weight. then follow step. So used to, I would say, lay hands and throw a pitch. That's how it felt to me, was like I was throwing a pitch. Now, that's coming from someone who doesn't play sport. So I've watched it enough to know that's not how you throw a pitch. So if my son were to ever hear me say that, he would roll his eyes, I'm certain, and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. So no, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I used to say, and throw the pitch. But when I started going, push, then that added that gentle resistance to it that was missing. And that was changing my verbiage. So the words that I say just came from here. No one told me the words to say. No one told me the words to say. I was going to read you what was on this poster, and it's probably in some of the paperwork I gave you for brush knee. It says, watching right hand stretch out, bring left hand towards right elbow. Okay, so watching right hand stretch out, left hand towards right elbow. So you go watching right hand stretch out, left hand towards right elbow. So see, that's the way they said it versus now I can't remember what I said. Reach, protect that elbow. Then it says stepping out towards the left, stretch right hand up slightly and push left hand down. See, that's a place I hadn't considered gentle resistance. Let's practice that. And you know, I was just separate and prepare. I didn't think about my left hand pushing down by my hip. I hadn't thought about it like that. Shift, reach, shift, push. See, that was another opportunity for gentle resistance. Now it says, does it tell me to step? Shift weight onto the left foot. Well, it never told me to step it. Push left down. Push left hand down. No, wait, it does say stepping towards the left. All right. Here. It doesn't have that prepare step on this poster. Stepping out towards the left, stretch the right hand up slightly, push left hand down. Now shift weight onto the left foot, turn body to the left, move left hand across the knee. Jesus. You see why I don't use these words? Good gracious. I remember a long time ago trying to get help from this poster, and it confused me, and it is right on confusing me. Push right hand forward and move the right foot closer. That's that follow step. All right, I'm putting this poster back where it belongs. Looking pretty. But in all honesty, that may speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it made it complicated for me to look at it that way. But you may look at it and go, oh, that makes more sense than what Jennifer says. So there's different ways that you can verbalize the movement, but however you verbalize it, it looks like this. So that's the movement. If I were pretending this is the front, so you can see it from this direction, push, follow step. So that's the brush knee movement, but instead of moving forward facing to the left, coming forward facing and coming to the left. That's what it looks like. Brush knee. Now we have play the lute. So that follow step foot, that was my right foot that follow step. The follow step foot is the period at the end of the movement. The follow step foot, it may seem kind of awkward because we're used to walking step and then my next step forward or in front of. So in our advanced 6, that follow step foot doesn't do what we're accustomed to our stepping do. So we go here, shift, and then our follow step, our foot is still behind the other one. So that follow step foot gets no weight. All my weight is still on my left foot. The follow step foot gets no weight because it's our next step. And that next step is back. And that next movement is called play the lute. So I've done follow step. So when I step back, my hands go from here, and I always say turn hands, turn. So that prepares my hands to pass each other, the palms to pass each other, and then I stop at that elbow. So the elbow is important to protect in our Tai Chi because remember, it's the fight we're not really having. When we do our brush knee, we protect the elbow here. When we do play the lute, boom, we stop at the elbow. So we don't keep going back. We don't open our shoulders back. We don't leave that elbow exposed. Our hands pass and I stop at the elbow. So it's not touching it. It's just hovering out in front of it. But I stop at that elbow. So that's why whenever I say, we'll go from here and I say, turn hands at the same time that we step back, that's what it's doing. It's preparing those hands to pass each other, those palms to pass each other. So we do that in play the lute, and we also do it in our next move that is parry punch, except instead of being up and down like this, we flip to the side and we parry. Again, I stop at the elbow and then I parry again. I flip, palms pass, I stop at the elbow. So 3 moves in a row are our hands passing each other, stopping at the elbow. Oh, good Lord, that scared me. Flip, hands pass, stop at the elbow. Flip, hands pass, stop at the elbow. So 3 moves in a row are our palms passing, stopping at the elbow. All right, let's come from the top. Shift, right toe in, reach out. Shift, separate, prepare. Step, bring this right hand around, push, and follow step. Play the lute. Step back, turn hands. Shift to that back foot as those hands pass, stopping at that elbow. Follow step left. Our next move, parry punch. Step, flip, shift and parry. Step, flip, shift and parry. Step, put up that guard. We're going to reach back, get some flowers. Shift as we deliver them and follow step.
Sounds fun today.
So whenever we do, hold on, I'm going to put Sharita on mute. whenever we do parry, parry, and so like I said, I was coming back here to get those flowers out of my back pocket. And when I'm coming towards my guard, this is to protect myself. I'm delivering those flowers. My wrists hover over top of each other. And whenever I come over top of that wrist, and I'm holding my hand like this, as if there's my flowers. So I grab my flowers, shift, deliver. So I don't hear. The hole is up, just like I'm holding the flowers. So parry, parry, and the word is punch, but I like to use the word deliver. And deliver, thinking about flowers. So it's comes right over top. It doesn't hammer down. It drifts right over top. Boom. Parry, parry, and punch. So that punch happens with that follow step of that right foot. Follow step. So follow step foot gets no weight because it's our next step. We're home free from here. Step back, release hands. Shift as those hands separate, come down to our hips. Follow step. Push the tiger. Step. Shift as I push. Notice I didn't lean. Follow step. To the front. Step. Shift. Bring that other foot forward. Adjust weight to both legs and open and close. And the best way to do that is just practice. So let's go over that several times. And brush knee. Play the loop. Parry, punch. And close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. I'll talk you through it again, and then we'll do it without the talking. Coming from open and close, brush knee. Shift, right toe in and reach. Shift, separate, prepare. Step, bring that right hand around. Shift as I push and follow step. Play the loop. Step back, turn hands. Shift as they pass and follow step. Parry, punch. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step, guard. Shift, deliver. Follow step. Block and close. Step back, separate. Shift. Follow step. Push the tiger. Step, shift, follow step to the front, step, shift, step, hands face, open and close. While we're here, I'll talk you to the other side. These are all the same movements, just done exactly opposite. Should be no problem at all. All right, so we're doing everything now to the right. Shift right, left toe in and reach. Shift left, separate, prepare. Step, bring this left hand around. Shift as I push and follow step. Play the loop. Step back, turn hands. Shift as they pass, get to that elbow. Follow step. Parry, punch. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and flip. shift and parry, step and guard, shift, deliver, follow step, block and close, step back, separate, shift, and follow step, push the tiger, step, shift, follow step, to the front, step, shift, step, face, hands, open and close. Just like we got better at basic 6, that's how we'll get better at advanced 6, is just practicing over and over. Do you have any questions about any of the moves that I need to maybe talk about the more specifics? And Sharita, you're on mute. I'll push ask to unmute. You don't have to come off mute if you don't want to, but just in case you have a question and you didn't realize you were on mute.
Okay.
Well, I
Y'all
can
have-
say that going to the right, I have that master. So we're
Yes.
just starting left, and like you said, it's the repetition. Once we
It
continue,
is.
then it'll be set in my mind as if I was going to the other side. Yeah. So
Yes.
it's just practice, practice, practice.
It does. It takes practice, and if y'all talk yourself through it, even if you're by yourself and you talk it out loud, but even in your head, talk yourself through the movements. You can put on the video and listen to my words and move through them if that's helpful. So let's go through it again. We go in our basic 6, we go to waving hands and clouds to the left first. No, that's not true. We go to the right first, and then we go to the left. And in the advanced 6, it's opposite. We go to the left first and then to the right. So let's go through our advanced 6. I'm going to talk you through it, and then I'm going to do it without words. So advanced 6, coming from open and close. Shift left, right toe in and breach. Shift, separate, prepare. Step, bring this right hand around, push as I shift, follow step. Play the loop, step back, turn hands, shift as they pass, follow step. Parry punch, step and flip, shift and parry. Step and flip, shift and parry. Step and guard, shift, deliver, and follow step. Block and close. Step back, separate, shift, come to the hips, follow step. Push the tiger. Step, push, hands come up, follow step. To the front, step, shift, step, adjust weight, hands face, open, close. Rush knee, shift right, left foot in, lay hands, or reach. Shift, separate, prepare. Step, shift as I push, follow step. Play the loop. Step back, turn hands, shift as they pass, follow step. Parry punch. Step and flip, shift and parry. Step and flip, shift and parry. Step and guard, shift, deliver, follow step. Block and close. Step back, separate, shift, follow step. Push the tiger. Step, shift, follow step. To the front, step, shift, step, adjust weight, hands face, open and close. Close it out. So I know that there are more things going on than even what I verbalized. There's just only so much time to get words out. So again, if you have any questions about anything that's going on, you need me to explain a movement better, just let me know and I'll be happy to do it. For now, let's do the,
Okay, so if we can slowly go through the left side, just to, because I'm still kind of unbalanced.
that the second way.
Exactly.
Do
Going to the,
you want me to talk you through it?
yes, please.
Okay. So we're coming from open and close, and our weight is on both legs. We're going to shift our weight to our right leg, turn that left toe in, reach that left hand out, and protect the elbow with our right hand. We shift left, right toe back, and right hand comes to our hips. That's separate and prepare. We're going to step right, bring this left foot or left hand around. And as we shift to our left foot, we put, or our right foot, sorry, I push my left hand and follow step left. Play the loop. Step back left, turn hands, shift as those hands pass. My left hand protects my right elbow. I follow step right. Parry punch. Step right and flip. Shift and parry. Step left and flip. Shift and parry. Step right. Put up that right guard. Come back. Grab your flowers. Shift as you deliver. And follow step left. Block and close. Step back left. Separate hands. Shift down to my hips. Follow step right. Push the tiger. Step right. Shift as I push those hands up. Follow step left to the front. Step left. Shift. Bring the right foot forward. Hands face. Open and close. And close it out. All right, that's all the words. That's all the things happening, I think. Let's do it again. To the right. All right, open and close. Brush knee. Shift. Toe in and reach. Shift. Separate, prepare. Step. Come around. Shift as I push. Follow step. Play the loop. Step back, turn hands. Shift as they pass. Follow step. Parry punch. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and guard. Shift, deliver. Follow step. Block and close. Step back. Separate. Shift. Follow step. Push the tiger. Step. Shift. Follow step to the front. Step. Shift. Step. Hands face. Open and close. Let's do it just calling out the names. To the right. Basic 6. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger to the front. Open, close. Close it out. So to the front is not a move. It's just something I thrown in there over time. So if you look at it on your list of movements, nowhere does it say to the front. I just think it needs to be there. All right. So it's 11 o'clock. Do you have any other questions or requests before we cool down?
Right.
All right. We'll hit it more time next week with our part 2 moves. I'm going to make myself a note because if I don't, I forget things. Part 2. All right. So next week we'll get there sooner and just spend that time practicing and putting it together with our advanced or our basic 6 with our advanced 6 and making it. All right, so we're giving ourselves a nice little fist massage. I think I said fish massage. It's a fist, a fish massage. Just whacking some bass on our legs. No, we're not doing that. It's a fist massage. Oh, gathering tension, realizing that's not the way we want to be, letting it go. Tense, release. Tense, release. One more. Tense, release. Big circle. One more. Inhale and exhale. We take our right fist representing our strength, our left fingers together representing our friendship, our thumb in representing humility. We put those together and in mutual respect, we say namaste. Very good, y'all. We're going to get it.
Yes. Getting there.
All right. Well, I'll see you next Tuesday. If you need me, just let me know.
Yep.
All right. Love y'all.
Love you too. Love
All
y'all.
right. Bye-bye.